item? Firstly, we will take some food item and we will grind it with the help of mortar and pestle and put some of these in a clean test tube and add 10 drops of water into it and shake well and then we will add 10 drops of solution of copper sulfate and 10 drops of copper solution of caustic soda as shown in the figure 2.2. Firstly, boy will take a test tube and we will take any food item. Suppose we are taking dal and we will grind it and add it into the test tube as shown in the figure, and then we will add some water and mix the dal so that a paste of dal will be made. And then we add copper sulfate and then we add caustic soda and mix well easily. And then we will observe a violet color. It changes into violet color. If it changes into violet color, then it contains protein. Otherwise, it does not contain protein. Then we will check for different food items such as milk, cooked rice, a slice of any fruit. We will check whether it contains protein or not. Repeat this these food items for checking starch as well as for protein. Next is test for fats. We have studied about test for starch, and second is test for protein, and next we will study about test for fats. How can we check whether a material has fat or not? This is a very simple test for fats. Firstly, we'll take any food item for checking whether it contains fats or not. Then we will wrap any food item in a piece of paper and we will crush it. And now straighten the paper. Then observe if the paper contains oily patch, then it shows that it contains fat. Otherwise, it does not contain fat. Suppose we will take groundnut and we will grind groundnut with the help of mortar and pestle, and we will put this groundnut on any paper, and we will cover this paper, and after removing the groundnut, we will see the paper. A oily patch appears on the paper. This oily patch shows that this contains fat. If oily patch does not occur on the paper, then this does not contain fat. What do these tests show? Are fats, protein, and starch present in all the food items that you have tested? Does the food item contain more than one nutrient? Do you find any food item that does not contain any of these nutrients? We tested food item for three nutrient carbohydrate, proteins, and fats. As we studied about the three tests for protein, test of carbohydrate, test of protein, and test of fat. And we also test of vitamins and minerals. But test of vitamins and minerals are very, very complicated as compared to test of carbohydrate, protein, and fat. So we can test carbohydrate, protein, fat, as well as vitamins and minerals, but these tests is very, very complicated as compared to test of carbohydrate, test of protein, and test of fat. So we studied about the components of food. There is a first component is protein, and protein is called body building food. Protein fats are called energy giving food, and second is vitamins and minerals, and this is called protective food, and it protects from any disease. Next is protein, and protein is called body building food. So component of what is a component of food? First component is carbohydrates and fats. Carbohydrates and fats are called energy giving food. And protein is called body building food. And vitamin and minerals are called protective food, and these protect us from any disease. So please note down these terms. What are the components of food? First component is carbohydrates and fats, and this gives us energy. These are called energy giving food, and fats gives more energy as compared to carbohydrates. Second component is protein, and these are called body building food. Next is vitamins and minerals. These are called protective food, and these protect us from any disease. Next is fiber, and fiber is obtained from the roughage. So these are the components of food, and we studied about the test for starch and test for protein and test for starch, fats. And test of vitamins and minerals are very complicated as compared to test for starch, test for fat, and test for protein. And now we will study about what do various nutrients do for our body. As we know, nutrients are very necessary for our body to grow. Carbohydrates mainly provide energy in our body. Fats also gives the same amount of carbohydrate. As we studied earlier, carbohydrates and fats are both energy giving food, but fats gives more energy as compared to carbohydrates. Carbohydrates and fats both are energy giving food, but fats gives more energy as compared to carbohydrates. For example, from the rice we obtain carbohydrate, and from the milk we obtain from the ghee we obtain fat. So ghee gives more energy as compared to rice, because in ghee there is a component fat, and in rice there is a component carbohydrate. So ghee provides more energy as compared to rice, because fats gives us more energy as compared to carbohydrates. Foods containing fats and carbohydrates are also called energy giving foods, because as we know, fats and carbohydrates are called energy giving food, and all protein are also needed for the growth and repair of our body. Foods, foods containing protein are called body building food. As we know, proteins are needed for the growth and repair of body. First component is fats and carbohydrates. Fats and carbohydrates both gives us energy. Next is protein. Protein are needed for the growth and repair of body. Foods containing protein are called body building food. First component, as is studied, carbohydrates and fats, and second is protein. Protein are needed for the growth. As we know, a small child requires more growth as compared to adult one. So a child require more protein as compared to adult. For the growth, protein is must. Protein is must. For the growth of any body, protein is must. And for the repairing of the body, protein is must. And so it is protein. Protein are called body building food, because it gives because it is needed for the growth and repair of the body. So it is called body building food. And these are the sources of protein: gram, moong, dal, beans, soya bean, peas. And these are the plant products from which we can obtain protein. And in the next, meat, fish, paneer, eggs. These are the components from which we can obtain protein. These are the animal products from which we can obtain protein. These are the sources of protein. A is also source of protein, and B is also source of protein. So in A, these products are obtained from plants, and in B, these products are obtained from the animals, from which we can obtain protein. Protein are called body building food. Next is vitamins. As we know, when vitamins help in vitamins protect us from any disease, and this gives us immunity. This immunity system. Vitamins also help to keep our eyes, bones, teeth, and gums healthy. Germs healthy. Because as we know, protein are protecting food. Because as we know, protein we know, protein, vitamins and minerals. This will provide power to fight the disease. So vitamins and minerals are called protective food, and it also helps to keep our eyes, bones, teeth, and germs healthy. And there are different kinds of vitamins: vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, and vitamin K. Vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, and vitamin D, and vitamin E, and vitamin K. And there is also category of vitamin B. There's also category group of vitamin B, and this group is called vitamin B complex. And in vitamin A, B, C, D, E, and K, vitamin B and C are water soluble. Please note, vitamin B and vitamin C are water soluble, and vitamin A, B, C, D, E, and K are fat soluble. Vitamin B and C are water soluble. Vitamin A, B, C, E, D, and E, A, and K are fat soluble. So there are different kinds of vitamins: vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin D, and vitamin E, and vitamin K. Vitamin A and vitamin B are vitamin A and B are called water soluble. Vitamin B and vitamin C are called water soluble, and vitamin A, D, E, K are different categories of vitamins, and there is also our body needs all type of vitamins in small quantities. Vitamin A keeps our eyes and skin healthy. As we know, we require more protein, but for the vitamin A, it required in a very little quantity. It required in a very small quantity. And what is the purpose of vitamin A? What and how it helps to keep health, our body healthy, and what function of vitamin C, and what is the function of vitamin D? Vitamin A keeps our skin and eyes healthy, and vitamin C helps body to fight against any disease. And vitamin D helps us to body to see calcium for the and calcium for bones and teeth. So vitamin A, what is the function of vitamin A? It keeps our eyes healthy. And what is the function of vitamin C? And it helps us to fight against many disease. And what is the function of vitamin D? It helps our body to use calcium for the bones and teeth. And what are their sources? How can we obtain from vitamin A from the given food source: milk, fish oil, carrot, and these are the sources of vitamin A. Figure 2.6, these are the sources of vitamin A: fish oil, milk, carrot, and these are the sources of vitamin A. And what is the function of vitamin A? Vitamin A keeps our skin and eyes healthy. As we know, from the milk we can obtain vitamin A, and it keeps our skin and eyes healthy. Next is what is the function of vitamin C? And how can we obtain vitamin C? Vitamin C we can obtain vitamin C from the citrus fruit, just like orange, just like lemon, just like amla, as shown in the figure 2.8. Vitamin C we can obtain from the citrus fruit. Vitamin C we can obtain from the citrus fruit, just like orange, just like lemon, just like amla. And what is the function of vitamin C? Vitamin C help body to fight against many disease. And what are their sources? Orange, tomato, lemon, amla, guava. These are the source of vitamin C. Vitamin C is obtained from the citrus fruit. And what is the function of vitamin D? Vitamin D help us, our body, to use calcium for the bones and for the calcium of bones and teeth. As shown in the figure 2.9, what are the source of vitamin D? Fish, milk, butter, eggs. These are the source of vitamin D. And these are the source of vitamin D. And what is the function of vitamin D? Vitamin D help us to use calcium for the bones and teeth. And what are the function? What are the source of vitamin B? Liver and pulses and rice are obtained, from which we can obtain vitamin B. And vitamin B and vitamin D and their function. Next, the presence of vitamin from the sunlight. And which vitamin is obtained from the sunlight? Vitamin D. Vitamin D, we can obtain vitamin D from in the presence of sunlight. And these, what is the function of vitamin D? For the proper growth of body and to maintain good health, some source of different minerals are shown, are also shown in the figure 2.10. So our body needs vitamin D. And what is and how can we obtain vitamin D? Vitamin D we can obtain from the sunlight. Apart from the vitamins, we also require minerals for the growth of the body, and these are also required in very little quantity. Carbohydrates, fats, and proteins are required for the body in a great amount, but for vitamins and minerals are required for the body in a very little quantity. Most food items usually have more than one nutrient. You may have noticed that while recording your observation. However, in given raw material, one particular nutrient may be present in much large quantity and as compared to other. For example, rice has more carbohydrate as compared to other nutrient. So we can say that rice is a carbohydrate rich source of food. As we know, different food items contain different types of different kinds of components of food. For example, for the rice, it contain more carbohydrate as compared to fats and protein as compared to vitamins and minerals, because carbohydrates are rice are very rich in carbohydrates. So rice is a carbohydrate rich source of food in a given material which are present in a very great amount, and these are the rich, then these are the rich source of food. Besides these nutrients, our body also needs dietary fiber. As we know, we require protein, and we require carbohydrates and fats and vitamins and minerals for the growth of the body. Apart from these nutrients, our body also needs a material, and that is called dietary fibers and water. Our body also needs dietary fiber and water. And what are dietary fiber? Dietary fiber are also known as roughage, and it is obtained from the it is obtained from the vegetables. And what is the function of dietary fiber? When we eat food, then it stay away the undigested part. What is the function of dietary fiber? These help our body to get rid of undigested food. When we eat food, and some food are sometimes remain undigested in our stomach, and these undigested food come out from the stomach with the help of dietary fiber. And dietary fiber are also called as roughage, and these can be obtained from the whole grains, pulses, potato, fresh fruits, and vegetables. But roughage does not give any nutrient to our body. So there are so many components of food. First is carbohydrate, second is protein, third is fat. Next component of the food. Next component of the food is dietary fiber and water. And what are dietary fiber? Dietary fiber is known as roughage, and roughage is also obtained from the plant products in the our food, and these are also obtained from the whole grains and pulses and fresh fruits and vegetables. But roughage does not give any nutrient to our body. So this diet, what is the function of dietary fiber? These, when we eat food, some part of the food remain undigested in our stomach, and these comes out with the help of dietary fiber. And these are the sources of iodine, and these are the minerals: iodine, phosphorus, iron, and calcium. These are the minerals. Iodine is obtained from these products. And how can we obtain phosphorus from these sources? And how can we obtain iron from these sources? And how can we obtain calcium? This can be obtained from the following source. And these table are of minerals. Next is water helps our body to absorb nutrient from food. It also helps in throwing out some waste from body as urine and sweat. As we know, roughage help us to get rid of undigested food, but water helps our body to absorb nutrient from the food. As we know, when we eat food, uh, and it is digested with the help of water. So our body requires water for the digestion of the food. And when it also helps in throwing out some waste from the body as urine and sweat. As we know, when we eat food, some waste products are comes out with the help of in the form of urine and sweat, and this comes out with the help of water. When we drink water, then urine and sweat comes out, and so some waste comes out from the body in the form of urine and sweat, and this can be done with the help of water. Normally, we get most of the water that our body needs from the liquid as drink, such as water, milk, and tea. In addition, we can add water for to cook food. Let us see if there is any source which provides water in our body. How can we obtain water for the body? We can drink water, and we can drink milk, and we can drink tea and lemon juice. We can eat cooked food. In cooked food there is also present water. Suppose in the for example in the dal there is also present water. So water is required for throwing out some waste on the body as urine and sweat. So water is obtained from the milk and tea and from the cooked food, and also from the direct also from the drinks, just like cold drinks. So what is the function of water? As we studied earlier, and we can obtain from water from the fruits as well. So there are first component is carbohydrates and fats. What is first function is first function is carbohydrates and fat, and carbohydrates and fats are called energy giving food, and these are the sources of carbohydrates, and these are the sources of fat. Figure 2.3 is the source of carbohydrate, and second component is fat, and these are the sources of fat. Firstly, plant sources, second is animal sources. And so first component is carbohydrate, and what are their sources as shown in the figure 2.3. And what are the source of fats as shown in the figure 2.4. So carbohydrates and fats are energy giving food. These food gives us energy to do work. Next component is protein. Next component is protein, and protein are called bodybuilding food. On these are the sources of protein. First is the plant source, and second is animal sources from which we can get protein. Next is fiber. Next is vitamins, and vitamins are called protective food. Vitamins and minerals are called protective food. And there are various kinds of vitamins: vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, and vitamin K. Vitamin B and C are water soluble, and vitamin A, B, A, C, D, A, D, E, K are fat soluble. Vitamin B and C are water soluble, and remaining are fat soluble. And there is also a category of vitamin B that are called vitamin B complex. Next is what is the function of vitamin A, and what is the function of vitamin C, and what is the function of vitamin D. As shown in the figure 2.6, what are the source of vitamin A? Milk, fish oil, carrot are the source of vitamin A. And what is the benefit of vitamin A? It keeps our eyes healthy. It keeps our eyes healthy. And next is what is the function of vitamin B? What rice, liver, and dal are the source of vitamin B. Next is vitamin C. How can we obtain vitamin C? Vitamin C can be obtained from the citrus fruits such as tomato, orange, lemon, and amla. And what is the what is the function of vitamin C? Vitamin C help us to fight against many disease. Next is what is the function of vitamin D? Vitamin D help us our body to use calcium